He paid the rent every month, on time, without complaint. In a city where glass towers reflected ambition and social media feeds glorified luxury, Daniel believed that consistency was love in action. He worked long hours in a modest tech support job, navigating customer tickets under fluorescent lights, telling himself that stability was a foundation. Wasn't that what building a future looked like? Meanwhile, his wife, Amara, moved through the same city like it was a runway. Sharp blazers, red lipstick, fearless presentations in stylish co-working spaces. She ran a growing fashion marketing startup, magnetic and unapologetically driven. They had met years ago in a cramped college cafe, sharing cheap coffee and oversized dreams. Back then, they were equals chasing possibility. Somewhere between rent payments and investor meetings, equality began to feel like comparison. Their apartment wasn't glamorous. Exposed brick, second-hand furniture, a small balcony overlooking traffic. But Daniel loved its honesty. Every month, when he transferred the rent, he felt a quiet pride. Yet, at Amara's family dinners, pride seemed invisible. Her parents lived comfortably, surrounded by polished marble floors and conversations about expansion, portfolios, and influence. "She's stable," her mother would say with a tight smile, as if stability was a polite compromise. Her father was less subtle. "When will he level up?" he once asked, swelling his wine. Daniel overheard. Pride doesn't shatter loudly. It cracks in silence. Amara felt the tension more than anyone. She loved Daniel's loyalty, the way he warmed her side of the bed before she slept, the way he remembered small details about her day. But she also felt the weight of expectation. In her family's world, success wasn't measured by effort, it was measured by visibility, promotions, investments, headlines. During one rooftop celebration, after she secured major funding for her company, champagne glasses clinked against a skyline painted in gold. Her father raised a toast. "Now this is success." Daniel smiled and applauded, but something inside him recoiled. Was he always going to be the footnote in her headline? Back home, silence filled the elevator between them. "I'm proud of you," he told her, and he meant it. But pride can coexist with insecurity. As Amara's company expanded, Daniel began staying late at the office, volunteering for projects he didn't even want. He refreshed his resume at midnight, scanning job boards that promised higher pay but longer hours. Was he chasing growth or chasing validation? Social media didn't help. Comments flooded Amara's posts. "Power couple, she's unstoppable." Rarely did anyone mention him. In a world obsessed with visibility, invisibility stings. One night, after another strained dinner, Amara noticed the exhaustion in his eyes. "Talk to me," she said softly, ambition replaced by vulnerability. He hesitated. Men are often taught to provide, not to confess fear. But the words finally surfaced. "Your family thinks I'm not enough." The room felt smaller once truth entered it. "Do you think I believe that?" she asked, hurt flickering across her face. Silence answered first, because doubt had already moved in with them. Amara began to reflect. Had her ambition unintentionally become comparison? Had she allowed her family standards to define her marriage? The turning point came at another family dinner, in the same polished dining room where Daniel once felt diminished. Predictably, her father leaned back and asked about Daniel's next move. This time, Amara didn't smile politely. She set her fork down and met her father's gaze. "He pays our rent, he supports my dreams. That's success." The table fell quiet. Respect, once withheld, suddenly reconsidered. Daniel felt something unfamiliar that evening. Not evaluation, but acknowledgement. For the first time in months, he felt seen. On the ride home, the city lights didn't feel accusatory. They felt neutral, even hopeful. Back in their small apartment, they talked not about promotions or comparisons, but about partnership. "I don't need you to outrun me," Amara said. "I need you beside me." He admitted he wanted growth, but on his own terms. Together they mapped out goals that reflected both of them: shared savings, intentional career moves, time for rest, travel plans that didn't depend on impressing anyone. Over the following weeks, Daniel made a decision that surprised even himself. He declined a high-paying promotion that would have drained him further. Instead, he enrolled in a digital design course he'd secretly admired for years. It wasn't glamorous, but it was aligned. Amara celebrated him with the same enthusiasm she celebrated investor deals. Isn't real success choosing your own direction? Gradually, her family's tone softened. Consistency speaks louder than arguments. Daniel carried himself differently at gatherings, not defensive, not apologetic. Respect, he learned, begins internally. Amara balanced her ambition with empathy, understanding that strength isn't about outperforming your partner, but protecting the space you build together. Their apartment didn't transform into a penthouse, but it transformed emotionally. Rent was still paid on time, but now so was attention, so was appreciation. The pressure never fully disappeared. The city still worshipped status. Social media still glorified excess, but pressure lost its control. Because love, they realized, isn't about who earns more or shines brighter. Daniel paid the rent. Amara paid the courage tax, the cost of challenging her own family's narrative. Together, they paid attention to each other, and that attention rebuilt what expectation tried to erode. In the end, success wasn't defined by luxury restaurants or applause-filled rooftops. It was defined by respect at home, by partnership over performance, by choosing unity over comparison. In a world obsessed with headlines, they chose each other. And that choice, quiet, consistent, and courageous, became their greatest achievement.